Jamal Charlo is being upgraded to WBC champion. Meanwhile, Canelo continues to move on, and it looks like he's going to be vacating his titles. Or will he? Is there some ducking going on at 160? Let's take a look at what's going on with Canelo Alvarez. It's E King Fight News. We've got more on this. All right. Y'all know who it is. Let's talk about it. Canelo Alvarez seemingly is moving out at 160. And what's going on with the WBC? They're basically allowing... Hold on a second. The WBC is allowing Canelo Alvarez to hold basically... You see, what the WBC has effectively done is they have now found a way to copy what the WBA has been doing first. They introduced a quote-unquote super championship long ago just so they can gift another title to another fighter, much like Keith Thurman is regular WBA champion. Or sorry, Keith Thurman is the super WBA champion, and Manny Pacquiao is the regular WBA champion. And they were doing this back in the day when Triple G had a regular title and Felix Sturm was the champ. You get me? So now what the WBC has effectively done is what they've always done. Ever since they initially stripped Canelo Alvarez, they realized that they did themselves kind of a disservice. They got on the bad side of Canelo. Canelo was pissed off because Triple G was getting all this credit for fighting nobodies, and Canelo didn't want to make the Triple G fight at that time. So he got stripped by the WBC. WBC decided to give Triple G the title, and Canelo was basically saying, fuck the WBC. They're like, fuck these guys. Mauricio Suleiman had a damn near heart attack. This dude had a heart attack. Dude was like, hold on a second. What the fuck did I just do? And what he did was he turned on the biggest Mexican champion at the time. And at some point he realized, yo, I just fucked up. That's just keeping it 100. WBC at some point realized they fucked up when they stripped Canelo Alvarez. Maybe a lot of people gave him credit, right? A lot of hardcore boxing fans, Triple G fans, gave the WBC some credit there. But then they obviously realized that, hey, Canelo Alvarez was more than willing to fight Triple G, as we found out 6 months down the road. Right? So what's going on right now? Jamal Charlo on the PBC side, who's been Canelo's mandatory for quite some time. He's been the mandatory for quite some time. Has not acknowledged if he's been taking step-aside money or not. Let's say he hasn't been taking any step-aside. Let's say that. Now, this is where things get interesting. Canelo Alvarez, we all know, signed a major deal with the Zone. Now let's be very clear about what we're talking about here. If these two were to fight, and if these two were forced to fight, then the WBC would mandate the fight and say, or let's go to purse bids. That's what they would legitimately do if they wanted to force these two guys to fight. That's what they would do. What has the WBC done? They've made a new title for Canelo Alvarez to hold. And they say, you know what? You get the regular title, Jamal Charlo. You get the regular title. So they've effectively done jack shit and created two champions. This is the epitome of what's wrong with the sport. This is just the epitome of what's wrong with the sport. It's not, oh, let's crown Jamal Charlo. That's not what it is. Because Jamal Charlo barely beat Matt Korobov. Let's be real. Let's be real here. Jamal Charlo barely beat Matt Korobov, who got knocked out by Andy Lee, who had a draw with Peter Quillen, and who got knocked the fuck out by who? Matt Korobov got knocked the fuck out by Andy Lee, had a draw. Sorry, Andy Lee had a draw with Peter Quillen. Peter Quillen got knocked the fuck out by Danny Jacobs. Right? Did y'all forget about that shit? So this dude Korobov knocked out by Andy Lee. Andy Lee been beaten by a bunch of people. Andy Lee landed a shot, knock out Korobov. How come Jamal Charlo couldn't knock out Korobov? Jamal Charlo as good as Andy Lee? Or is he not as good as Andy Lee? Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying, is he as good as we think he is? Does he deserve all this praise even though he hasn't beaten any real top middleweights? Let's be real. We can claim he's ducking everybody, but you know what? There's people who want the smoke. There's always going to be somebody coming up who want the smoke. And I know he beat up on a guy named Lubin, but was any of us really looking out for Lubin before that? I mean, yo, man. I just there's some things I can't crown a champion without knowing he's really the best guy. For all I know, Demetrius Andrade is just as good as Jamal Charlo. For all I know. Because there's been nothing in the guys they've faced that tells me one is better than the other. There's nothing. If y'all want to argue with that with me, I'm here to debate 100 times over. That's what we're here to do. It's King Fight News. Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, man. You know we keep it all the way over here, man. Ain't no bullshit. And that's how we gonna end it out. Smash the like button. Shout out to my brother World Breaker. And it's King Fight News, man. Peace.